Hey, crafters. Tom Creek here with Creek Bank Creations. Julie and I are on the road. That's right, we're on the road, and we're coming to you live tonight as we're traveling. We are a small business. We have our own line of dies and rubber stamps, adhesives, papers, and tools. And you can find us at www.creekbankcreations. Hope everybody's doing fine out there. Everybody log in and tell us where you're from and say hello. Good to see everybody coming on now. I see everybody's out there. Hey, we are got a great event tonight. We're going to be talking about the slimline cards. That's right. We've had these dies and stamps out for about 2 years now. And this is what Julie's going to be doing. And this card is designed to fit right inside a business envelope perfectly. So what's cool about it is you can get a lot more card in there for your 55 cents that you're sending to all your friends and loved ones. So we've got some specials we're going to be going over with you. We still have the balloon special. Don't forget that. That's regular. That's the hot air balloon stamp, the hot air balloon die, and the look up stamp. That's a $38.97 value on sale for $27.99 at the www.creekbankcreations. And we've also got a special tonight on the slimline dies that Julie's going to talk to you about a little bit later in the event. So with that, Mrs. Creek, are you ready to take it away?
Ma'am, let me get unattached from the.
She's going to get attached, and I'm going to get this monitor hooked up while you ladies are and crafters, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And here we are. We are live, and we're on it. Right. Here you go, Miss Creek.
Hey, how's everybody doing? So we are on the road. Sorry, I'm trying to move my chair forward. So things are,
we're not in our regular studio.
We're not in our regular studio. Things are a little strange. So if our lighting and such is weird, that's why. So hope everybody's doing good. And we, Diana, we have been hanging around here in Florida for a few days since the hurricane did not blow us off the face of the map. We decided to stick around for a few days, and we've just been hanging around. So Tom and I have never had the experience of experiencing a hurricane, and I'm glad that we really didn't.
We lived through a Category 1
experience.
A Category 1.
A hurricane. So we had a great weekend last weekend. I guess that was last weekend, right?
Yes, it was
last weekend at Stamp Fest, and it was a small crowd, but it was so great to be able to really connect with people and visit with people, and really, really nice to be out and about, and really appreciate Rick and Debbie for being willing to host the event. And they went to a lot of precautions and expense to make it safe for everyone. They scanned everyone. Tom's moving the car. That's hilarious.
Somebody asked me.
They scanned everyone and checked everyone, and we wore face mask or face shield. And so really, it was a great time. I'm so glad that that we got to do that. And it's been good for us to get out and get some fresh air and see the country. So that's what's going on. So we are going to talk about slim cards tonight. I did want to share with you, got to get my thing going here, Isaiah 61:3. And this scripture, years ago, we used to sing part of this scripture at church when I was a child, young person. But I never realized what the first part of this scripture was until tonight. And the scripture is Isaiah 61:3. So I want to encourage you with it tonight. We've always sang this song, I'll give you beauty. He gives us beauty for ashes, which is directly from 61:3. The oil of joy instead of mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of despair, that will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. So what I never realized was the first part of that scripture is, to all who mourn in Israel, he will give you a crown of beauty instead of ashes. So the promise is for those who are mourning to bestow on them a crown of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, a garment of praise instead of a garment of despair. So just want to encourage you tonight that if you're grieving, there's a promise there for you in Isaiah 61:3. You know, we can grieve all kinds of things. That doesn't just mean the loss of a loved one. So that is God's promise for us. I know for me, I have really sensed the last few months grieving in my spirit over the loss of so many things. So that is God's promise to us that as we walk through this difficult time, that there is a garment of praise for us to lift the spirit of heaviness. So that's your encouragement for today. So yes, God is faithful. So how do you use the media sticks? So, hey, I love it when you guys ask questions. So, somebody's asked a question there about the media sticks, and we talked about the media sticks last week. And because we are not here, we're not in the studio, I'm actually sitting in a hotel room. I do not have the media sticks with me, but the media sticks come in a 5-pack, and they have different points on the end of them. The points are actually silicone, and some of them have a really like a pencil point. Others have a little scoopy point.
A scoopy point.
And so the question is, what do you do with those? Well, I use them if I have stickles and I want to put a little dot on something. Like, let's say I have a flower and I want to put little dots on the inside of that flower, then I'll use the pointy one to pick up the media like stickles and make little dots. Transfer back and forth. Okay, really fun. You can use that same one, the little pointy one, if you have watercolor. You can take your if you have the hard pans, and you can use it inside the watercolor to transfer little watercolor dots back and forth. Really handy. One of the great things I like to do is the one that it's kind of got a little scoop on it. I keep that tool right handy in my bag all the time, because if you're using liquid glue like Art Institute and you push it down and it squishes, that's a technical term. If it pushes out underneath the paper, you can use the silicone tool to scrape that back off. Sometimes if you put your finger on it and you pull it off with your finger, it leaves like a little mark, like a glue mark. But if you use the silicone tool, it'll pull that glue off like magic, and you'll be like, magic, she scores, he scores. Doesn't leave a mark. So that's really awesome. Last week I used it with the Perfect Pearl. So we had Perfect Pearls, and I was scooping it out with the silicone. If you get the little silicone just a little bit wet and dip it in the Perfect Pearls, you can make a little puddle of Perfect Pearls. And then when you put it on your paper, you have a shimmer layer.
Perfect pearls?
Of Perfect Pearls.
Perfect
pearls and a little bit of water. And you could put it on with a brush, watercolor brush, and it'll make whatever you're making shimmery goodness. And who doesn't like
shimmering good? That sounds like breakfast cereal. I'd like a bowl of shimmering goodness, please, with whole milk.
Yes. Loretta's been practicing. Okay, so we're going to talk about the slim cards tonight. And I actually came out with the slim cards about 2 years ago because I wanted to have a different surface to work on and create on. And I wanted a large surface, and I wanted to make this as large as I could and still fit in the business size envelope so that it still ships for first class postage. So there are several shaped dies, 5 now. There are stitched rectangles and stitched ovals. There's a scallop that matches the oval. There's an arch rectangle. Is that it? That's 4. And then there's the slim card panel. Now, the standard rectangles and the standard ovals are stitched, but they're double stitched. So they stitch an inside and an outside every time they die cut. We're going to work with the panel, and I want to talk to you tonight about the panel and how I use the panel. And then we're going to do a really cool little stencil technique that Diane Wilcox from upstate New York shared with me last week. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and we're going to use it tonight. So thank you for sharing, Diane, that great little technique. It was so much fun. So what we're working with is kind of like 2 bundles tonight. If you're purchasing bundles, I'm working with the hot air balloon set, and that's the hot air balloon stamp. And if you're buying it, you can buy it individually or you can buy it as a bundle. The bundle is the hot air balloon stamp, and these are really large stamps actually designed purposefully to fit on the slim card. We have a series of stamps that I've designed that are large, that are for the slim card. The look up stamp is in this bundle, and it does have Jeremiah 29:11 look up and just a note to lift your spirits. And then there is a matching die. So this is the hot air balloon bundle. And then we're introducing tonight a new bundle for you guys, and that is the slim card bundle. And the slim card bundle is the slim stitched rectangles, and these are double stitched. So you have a stitch line, a cut line, and a stitch line. And the slim card sentiment stamps, and these are specifically designed to fit on the banner of the slim card. Okay, so they're all at some kind of an angle. And then we have the slim card panel die. Okay, now the slim card panel die comes with the slim card panel.
Okay. Keep going.
Yes, and 2 different banners. So that's what's in the bundle package. Yes.
All right. Kathy Woosley asks.
Good old Kathy.
Hey, Kathy. Kathy asks. She says, where's it at? Where's the question? I lost the question. Hold on here. Hold on. Here it is. I'm looking, Kathy.
Tammy Whitley, we missed you so much.
Oh, here it is.
It would have been so great to see you.
Tom Woosley, or Kathy said, question, are there different sizes of the metal tip that goes on the top of the glue? I have 2 that are small and are very hard to on the tip of the art glitter glue bottle I bought this weekend. Okay.
They're too small?
All right. Ask Kathy if she took her art glitter glue or her art glitter glue and took the tip. You have to screw the metal tip on the plastic.
They're very hard to get on the tip of the art glitter. Okay, so Kathy, as far as I know, there's only one that Art Institute sells. Now, there are other companies who sell this, but Art Institute only sells this one. And currently that's what we have in stock.
I have a recommendation for Kathy.
So hold on. You want to make sure, Kathy, that when you open this glue bottle, it has a little plastic top on it, a black plastic top that comes off. And then your metal tip goes on top of that. And Tom's got a suggestion.
And what I suggest you do is get a pair of pliers and grab the metal tip and hold it as you twist the plastic tip into the metal, because what it will do, it will cut threads in the plastic and it will retain it better.
Okay.
And then as you take it off, it's like threads.
Okay, so Kathy, if Tom has your Tom has a
pair of pliers.
What'd you say?
Just a pair
Pliers.
of pliers.
You could try that. If you have a pair
Actually, it
of
works quite well.
flat.
No, don't use
snippy
side.
things.
Don't use side cuts.
Oh.
Use a pair of pliers.
Don't use
Kathy, what
side
you're
cuts.
gonna do?
Don't use side cuts. You'll get in trouble.
Kathy, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pliers right here, and you're gonna pull that tip off. Okay. You're gonna put the pliers around that, and then you're gonna screw the tip on. Okay. And
Nice and tight.
you're gonna hold that tight with the pliers, and as you turn that in, that is going to cut threads in the plastic of that glue bottle.
Sharon says you have to push and twist as you push. Oh, okay. So hopefully that will help Kathy and someone else as well if you're fighting the glue bottle.
Kathy said she didn't buy the tip from us, but it should still have threads on it.
This doesn't have threads on it.
Yes, it does.
Oh, well, it's got threads on it. We did it one time last year, late in the year. we carried another brand because we could not get the Art Institute one. And I only had those for a little while, and now I don't even remember like if they were threaded or not.
Kathy made it clear that she has her own pliers. She doesn't have to borrow her husband's pliers.
Kathy is a woman after my own heart. Got her own
I
tools.
wish you could get your own pliers. You're always using mine. I
Excuse
can't
me,
find them.
I do have my own tools. Mr. Creek and I are often fighting about tools. And let's just make it clear. There are no rust on my tools. That's all I'm saying.
Dee Dee Ann loved your earrings at the show.
Dee Dee, are you talking about on
The ones the
yeah,
macrame ones.
on Sunday, I wore the macrame necklace and the macrame earrings because they're so outrageously crazy. I wore them a few times on the lives too. And like nobody said anything until like the end of the day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do people not know that was, I mean, they're like wearing little brooms. They're huge.
I thought you had wall hangers on your ears.
So I wear them just because they're funny, and then nobody even said anything about them being funny. So, and I kind of forgot about them too. So anyway, thank you so much for the compliment. Those are from Paparazzi. So, all right, how are we doing? Any other questions? Anybody have questions about anything that happened over the weekend at the show? Anything going on that front? We will be in Indianapolis in 2 weeks.
The 21st and 22nd.
I'm sorry, 3 weeks.
The 21st and 22nd
The
of August.
21st and 22nd
And
of
we'll be hosting
August.
the crop.
We are
on Friday
hosting
night.
the crop on Friday night, so we will be bringing some kind of special something for you if you
Special,
come.
Special,
We always do
special
some kind of
something.
special activity,
Special activity.
and we are looking forward to connecting with our Indianapolis peeps who we have not seen for quite a while. Sharon, that is such a good question. Sharon is asking, did I get any secret words Zumba? And the answer is yes. And how fun was that? So can you go over there and get my what I got, my gift over there? So I certainly did get, how many Zumbas did you think we had?
Oh, I think
five,
we had 5 or
six.
6. Mhm.
5 or 6.
We were jumping up and down every time we had.
Yeah, that was so fun. And Tom, it's over there. So I had 2 ladies that brought me the suitcase. The suitcase right there on the.
Oh, yes. Oh. Is the Zumba in there?
What's that?
Is the
So this little treasure box was given to me. And here's what's fun. If you turn it over, do you see what's on the tag? How fun is that? So I am fascinated by this little box. I would love to try to figure out how to make it into a die for you guys. This was from Dale, and they put we did trading coins at the show, and they put their trading coins, Diana and Dale did, in the box. So I'll show you what else they put in the box. This box is so special to me that it's over there on my bedside table. Loving it. So it opens up. Okay, opens up, and then there's envelopes over here, and look at this, cards over here. This is the flip-flop die, and isn't that just absolutely beautiful?
whose die is that?
That is Creek Bank Creations flip-flop die, and the little flower die comes with when you buy the flip-flop die. So that was really cool. And then they made this. Are you ready? They made this. This is the freestanding tunnel card. And they used our freestanding tunnel card, and then they put, I'm gonna do this, I want to pull it over so you can see it. They
Ivana
put,
said that was made with our paper too.
yes, they put the sequins in it. So what they did was they put a row of foam tape on the front of the card here, and then they have acetate and sequins in there. So is that not the funnest thing ever?
Do we want to give them a sneak preview about what's coming next week on the new products?
What are we doing next? Oh, no, because we have, here's
Never
the,
mind.
I
Don't say-
will,
don't
I
say
will
the
tell
other
you a
one.
secret. I will tell you, are y'all ready for a secret besides the Zumba secret? So if you are at a trade show this year, and you use the secret
Hold on, we're
word.
gonna have a different word every show.
No, we got to use the same one. I can't remember them all. We do have a gift for you. We have a gift. If you come to us and give us the code, we do have a gift for you.
Zumba.
I can't even tell you how thankful
We are.
that we are for what you guys have done through this whole thing. Being here on Tuesday night and supporting us has
And
been
we're so glad to connect with you in person too.
yes,
it's a
and
blast.
being able to like put a face with a name is just the most awesome, amazing thing ever. And you know, this whole COVID thing has been horrible for everyone, but this is the blessing that we have received from it, connecting with other people. And thank you so much for that. So really cool. What's Tammy giving us? So here's the deal. Last year, I started developing a new product and it took forever to come together. I really wanted to have it by the end of the year last year. It did not happen. Fast forward, we finally start pulling it together at the end of the year. Sometimes it just takes forever. And then we order, and we wanted to have the order before we left
in January.
in January.
At the first Florida
And
show.
we would have had it, it's a whole product line, by the first Florida show.
But what happened?
And it got
Womp.
it got delayed.
It got COVIDized.
No, at first it got delayed, and then it got COVIDized, which means they ran out of paper, and then they ran out of plastic, and then they ran out of nightmare. So we have been
We got the name.
we've been waiting on this product since January, and Tom has been relentlessly hounding for months. And
It came while we're gone.
we are on our way to Florida. We're almost in Florida, and the young man who's helping us out back at the shop calls, and he's like, I came to work and there's boxes everywhere. So yeah, the stuff arrived, but we have no idea what condition it is in. So we're not going to tell what it is, because until we get to go look at it, you never know. We have experienced during this COVID time of our lives that things arrive in our shop in a very strange condition. So one never knows. So we'll let you know next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll show it to
if
you too,
the
hopefully.
if
it came in correctly.
if the product that we've been waiting for months and paid for is actually what we wanted to. So all right, are we ready to get down to card crafting?
Yes,
I think we are. Okay,
yes.
so let me explain to you about the card front, the slim card front. When you buy the slim card front, I don't have the actual package here, because when I left home like a week ago, I just threw everything in an envelope and I did not actually put the actual package in here. But when you buy the slim card panel front, it tells you on the front what size to make your card base. And I made my card base into a very standard size, so it would be easy to cut and put in an envelope. So when I make the slim card, I'm making this card, I'm cutting a piece of cardstock 8 by 9 1/4, and I'm scoring at 4. Okay, 8.
Are we going to turn the card
But
camera down?
I am still talking.
Okay.
8 by 9 1/4, and I'm scoring at 4. I'm saying all of that to say this. That's the size you need to fit the slim card. And when you
What were those dimensions again? 8?
you want to type them in the chat.
Yes, 8.
8
Hold on here. 8.
8 by 9 1/4,
Hold on, I gotta find my notes here.
and we're scoring at
8.
4.
By 9 1/4.
There is no
Scoring at 4 inches.
scoring at 4. There is no code, but there is a bundle special, and the bundle special is around 30% off. Tom, can you drop in the chat the link for
I can.
the blog? There is a blog post attached to every YouTube live that we're doing. There is a blog post for tonight. If you go to the blog, you'll see direct links for the website. And while we do not have a coupon code, we do have a bundle, and it is listed on the website under bundle special. And
All you have to do is click on it and it'll show you pictures and everything, right?
yes, the blog has clickable links.
But in other words, the dies are packed away, but there's pictures of them on the blog spot, correct? Yes or no?
I don't understand.
Right, we were going to show them pictures. We were going to show them the dies with the
Yes,
special.
yes, the little pictures of the
Little
dies
pictures of
are on the
Is the
blog.
balloon special on there too?
The
Mrs.
balloon
Scott?
special is
Balloon
on there. Yes,
special's
we
on there.
normally have the actual products to show you, and we just don't have everything because I couldn't get Tom to go down and unload the trailer down there in the parking lot
In the rain.
in the rain. So, okay, Tom, are you watching for questions?
Yes.
Okay, so a normal, if you made the slim card, you would have your card and you would have your fold on the left. I'm backwards. Normally, if you made a normal card, your fold would
That'd
be on
the
the
other. That's also
on the
known as-
left.
That's also known as the other right.
He's messing with my head. He knows I get my right and my left mixed up, and he does that to me all the time. And it's evil, evil. Okay, so normally, Mr. Creek, I'm trying to teach. Normally, your fold would be on the left. To make this card, you're going to turn it over and put the fold on the right, on the opposite side. Then you're going to take the die and you're going to die cut. Now, when you get the die, this die is set up so that the base rectangle is not attached to the base. Okay, so these are two separate pieces, and I have put this on a piece of acetate. So we sell acetate in our shop, or you can use overhead projector film, and I literally have just tacked that on
Well, we have two sizes of it.
with super tacky tape. You have two sizes of what?
Of acetate, we got medium weight, we
Yes.
got light. That
Yes,
would be
we
great for
have-
the lightweight.
It lightweight works, but to be honest with you, I prefer the medium weight. Okay, but either works. And if you have acetate that you have at home, you can use what you have at home. That gives you the setup, and I just measured it and got it where I wanted. Here's the beautiful thing. Because this is not permanently attached, I hope you can see the possibilities that are there. Are you ready? We can take this piece out and we can drop in a circle. We could drop in a circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, an oval. What do you want to drop in here? You could, okay? So this is made to be very, very flexible. There are 2 banners, and the reason there are 2, if you put the banner on here straight, you need a shorter banner. There's a shorter one, and then there's a longer one. If you're cranking it off at an angle, you need a little bit longer. So I just went ahead and put 2 in the set, and I usually end up kind of putting them off at an angle, but you can decide the way you want to do it. So tonight, the card that we're doing has the entire rectangle cut out, but you can amend that and do a lot of different creative things.
Did you tape them on the acetate with 1/4 inch super tacky?
I
tape?
did use the 1/4 inch super tacky tape to tape that down. And if you look, I did not use a lot of tape. I used like a 1/2 inch piece right here, 1/2 inch piece here, little 1/2 inch piece here. Not very much. Okay. Just get it stabilized so you have it where you want it. And then you can pull it off if you want to with undo adhesive remover. Use your undo, pull it off, and you can put another shape in there. So while we're using this tonight as an actual frame, it could be solid. This could be a solid. Oh, I never even thought of this. This could be solid, and then you could die cut the outline letters, Mr. and Mrs., and then it would show through. Now I want to do another class on that because that would be really cool. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions about that? You can see how the slim card panel front is really versatile. It's going to cut out this rectangle
How will they know it's not there?
for you. And then if you want to, you can move it to the inside of the card. I did not, but I could have. I have this really nice double stitched rectangle that came out of the center. Okay. The inside pieces of my card tonight, I used the stitched rectangles that come the whole set with them. Okay. Any questions about that part? Does that make sense?
No, there's no questions, but
Bond is using her undo. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down and I'm going to show you how to actually make this card. So thanks for hanging. We have 68 people tonight. That's amazing.
hey, if we get, what was the magic number?
80 is the magic number.
No, it was 100. Was the magic
No,
number.
it was
always
80.
Had 80. We always had 80.
Or then it was 90.
Yes.
90. Awesome. Ladies, I'm going down. Hang on. Hope I remember how to do this. Oh my.
Hope you can remember.
Someday,
how to do it.
someday, ladies, I think I'll
Gosh,
be.
it's been a whole week since you
I
did
know.
it last.
I've done a lot since then. Like your mom said. Somebody asked her how long she'd been married, and she said it sure felt like it was more years than that. Okay. Hang on. I'm adjusting. Wow, we have a really good signal tonight. How's that picture looking, ladies? Let's get a card on there. You can see I have ink out tonight. Is that too high up? Are you guys okay with it being that high? We have a computer screen in the picture. Can you guys give me a yes? Thank you. It helps me if you tell me good or bad. Or hello, Diane Morris. It's good to see you logging on from the great state of Ohio. There we go. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me tell you, when we move into a hotel, we move in. We brought everything but the kitchen sink up here.
Yeah, we changed rooms 3 times because I had so much stuff to carry.
Okay, so what we're going to do is just put the panel on our card first, and then we'll accent and get going. So we're going to start with our card base, and I will tell you that whenever I cut a panel, and I'm going to make a card with that side panel, I already die cut the panel tonight, and this has a double stitched score line, score, and it has a very light fold. This fold can be tricky. The score is not light, but because it's sitting right next to that stitch mark, it really wants to fold on that stitch. So you have to be careful and get it on the fold. If I'm at home and I'm doing this, I would get my scoreboard out and just go over that, because what happens is, because that stitch line is there, it wants to fold right on that stitch line. So that is the panel. And remember, we're going to flip that fold over. We're going to put the fold on the left, and we're going to put the panel, I'm sorry, the fold is on the right. And the
You have another one?
panel is
Yeah.
on the left. No, I did it again.
You-
So,
Is that the other
shh,
left?
don't mess me up. Stop. So what we're going to do is attach that right to the back there. So what I like to do is take this card, and this front edge right here, I like to trim off just a little bit. And this is honestly why having the Caterpillar paper cutter is an amazing thing, because you can really get a really good, clean, tight cut, and you can see exactly where you're cutting because it has that light on it. I do not have it with me, but we're going to give this card a trim. So I have cut off just about a 1/16 of an inch, and that will give you clearance so that when you attach that panel onto the side, on the left side, the left, Mr. Creek,
Yes.
the left
other
side.
The other left.
you'll have, it won't get caught. It just helps a little
That
bit.
would be the other right if it's the left. The other.
Yeah, Michelle, that's a great little tip about the metal ruler. You're right. And I don't have my metal ruler with me either. That's another one of my favorite things. So I'm going to put liquid adhesive right on this tab, and we're going to adhere that to the back of the card. Yeah, the metal ruler is one of the best things in life.
Hey, we've got 74 watching. If we get 90, I'm going to give away an apron.
You're gonna give away an apron. Okay, so
Jump and shout,
if you
hey,
if you'll
jump and shout,
share-
hey, jump and- sorry.
share with your friends, we'll see if we can't Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to adhere that right along that fold line, and I'll show you what it looks like on the back. There's that little tab. And if that bothers you, you can cut another piece and decorate it. It doesn't bother me. And there we just made a panel trifold. Okay, and you want to go over that real good with your bone folder, get a nice good fold out of it. I do not have all that equipment with me tonight. So I have already pre-stamped my title, and we're going to set that right across there. I wanted to say, so I am going to...
Don't forget, I'm giving away some prizes tonight.
Okay, Mr. Creek, I got you. We're not ready yet. There's Lay. Is that pronounced Lay? L-E-I-G-H?
Lee. It's
Lee.
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 It's not left or
Hi,
right.
Lee.
You know, the creative girl is very creative, but sometimes needs a little help from Mr. Creek. We're gonna nail that. I just added a little liquid glue on the side, and I will tell you that I like to go back and add another one to the back if I can. There we go. No. Because it just gives it more strength. So often when I cut the second one, and I did this one, I cut it with our super tacky tape on the back. And all I have to do is lay that down, and that will strengthen that whole panel and give it dimension. Okay, if I'm concerned that I'm not going to get it on straight, I could put a little bit of undo on there, and then I would for sure have a really nice straight
Kathleen's already guessing what vegetables are in there.
Kathleen, I told Tom I'm going to get ready to do the second panel as I'm talking. So I have cut a stitched panel for the inside flap of that card. I told Tom that we should do like the vegetables for Florida question tonight, and he said that everyone was getting tired of his vegetable questions. So he has new questions.
Okay, are we ready for questions?
No, we're not ready. Let me get done. How many things you're giving away? At least 2. You got 75 people watching.
I do have 75. Yes.
So
it's gonna be 2. I'm going to give away a set of Wonder Wipes tonight.
We're giving away Wonder Wipes.
Does anybody want a Wonder Wipe?
Let me get this started, and then I will work, and you will
The
question.
thing about Wonder Wipes, you never can have too many because you misplace them.
Okay.
Sometimes, well, at least you do.
I am a creative person. Sometimes things get lost. Okay, I am going to do stencil work on the front of this card. We're going to use the clouds and land stencil and we're going to drop in the sun. So whenever I do stencil work, I adhere that down to my card base, and we are going to use Mr. Cloud stencil, which I need to find. Hang on. Thought I had him out. We're going to use clouds and land, and we're going to top off with sun rising. So we're just going to add those clouds right across the front. And I'm just looking to see which ones I use. I'm going to use the big puffy edge. So this has grass, big puffy clouds, and then little bitty clouds. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to brush my way up. So because I am crazy woman with the stencil brush, I am going to put my super tacky tape on the bottom just to keep that area on my card clean. I would rather use a lot of tape than ruin my cards. And because I'm kind of a wild child, I need to use a lot of tape. So I'm just going to set that across the top. We are going to work with some dye-based ink tonight. This is
the Kathy Pooler.
This is Kathy.
The Kathy Pooler.
Tom's friend, Kathy. Wow, I have a horrible shadow. It might be better if that light was not even on.
Let's see.
I think
No.
I think that's much better.
Is that better?
I think it is. Okay, so I'm working with something borrowed, and I have my J brush. Now, this is the stencil brush that I designed to move ink, paint, and media, and has this head that rotates or comes up and down. When you go to put the lid on, you want to pull that up, put the lid on, and collapse. So the J brush does not come with the band on it. It comes unbanded.
But
when you buy 6 brushes, we're going to give you the color card for free.
Or 8, 6 or 8.
6
that's
or
right.
8. So I'm going to pick up some ink. And whenever I put the ink to paper, I always want to daub off on my grid first because I don't want a big blob of color. And for these clouds, we really just want a really light finish. And you can do this with actually 2 colors of ink. You know, put some light blue on and then go back in and do dark blue. How's the lighting going?
It's looking pretty good. On
So
mine.
you can move that stencil around. It's super easy, and you can decide if you want big clouds or little clouds, and you want to just pull it back and forth. You can almost use like a kind of a dry brush for this and not have very much ink. Now, when I do this, look at that. I somehow got ink all the way down in there. I want to give myself a break in the middle. So I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm going to go back in and just throw in some little clouds here and there. Okay. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to give myself a break because I'm going to put my sun in there. And I'm going to come back and come back down here and make some more
I
clouds.
just got one thing to say.
What's that?
There ain't no sunshine when you're gone.
Ain't no sunshine when you go. We're going to go all the way down. Love making these encouraging cards to send to people, and they get that nice little pop in the mail. So what we have there is clouds at the top, clouds at the bottom. And you know, you can go in and put the smaller clouds, or if you want to go in and drop in larger clouds, you can do that too. Have fun with it. I encourage you to just practice around with it until till you feel like you're accomplished at it, that you got it. We're gonna pull that up, put our lid on, and we are going to
We've got 79. We only need 11 more.
only 11 more. And Mr. Creek has more things to give away. We're going to clean off our stencil with our Wonder Wipe. And that is one of the great things about it. We can clean it right off right there. And guess what? You don't even have to get out of your seat. That really is most of the deal for me, is how many jobs can I do in this hobby and not actually have to leave the chair.
Expo this Saturday.
Does anybody else feel that way? Okay, we're going to add sun rising. So I really wanted a light finish on this. So we're going to put the center of the sun in the white space that I created. And we're going to go in with a very light hand because we really just want to have those sun rays just kind of breaking through the clouds. Nothing major, just a little bit of sunshine happening. And because this stencil is actually shorter than my card at the bottom and at the top, I don't want to stencil all the way out to those lines. I just want to get the basic sun ray pattern going. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to go back in. And what I want to do is turn that ray so that it hits the white part that I haven't touched before, and go back in and add a few more. And you can turn it 2 or 3 times. This just gives you a radiated sun look. And remember, we don't want to get out here on the edge because we don't want that outside line messing up our image. Okay, I want to add one more. Go around here. Now, you can decide if you want to go back in and fill in that white space on your card or not. I'm looking for my card. In my sample here, I did not go back in and fill in that white space, but you could take the brush, and I'm going to do it here just so you can see what I mean. Sometimes I like the white space and sometimes I don't. But if you want to soften that white space. Just go back in. Don't ink the brush up. Just use the yellow that you have left on the brush and just kind of run that around. And you can actually flick that out and pull the ink out. And that kind of spreads your ink out. And I don't know if you can see, but I really like the way that turned out as far as pulling the ink. I'm going to try to pull this up to the camera so you can see it a little bit better. So just offering a different kind of look. Now, in the beginning, we put that down with some undo or with some super tacky tape. So I'm going to put a little undo right where my tape is. And that is going to give me the ability to pull that up off my paper grid and not have to worry about it tearing up. So, Mr. Creek, do you have a question? You have
I do. Are you
75
ready?
people watching.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm going to clean off my Wonder Wipe, and I'm going to adhere our panel to the inside of our card while Mr. Creek is talking.
Okay, crafters. All right. I try to have these complicated, a little more complicated, so it gives everybody a chance to answer. Okay? So I need one number, but I need the combination of, or the sum of, how many years we've been married.
You better go watch your...
Plus, how many grandchildren we have, plus, how many years we've been in business. The sum of those three numbers. And the winner of that gets a set of Wonder Wipes.
Say it again. What was the...
The sum of the number... Oh, Sharon!
Oh, no way!
Rose won! Yellow Rose won!
Sharon, he was trying to make it hard. That's hilarious.
Yeah, congratulations, Yellow Rose.
What was the question again?
It was the sum of the years we've been married, plus the number of grandchildren we have, plus the number of years we've been in business.
Okay, are you going to reveal all those secrets?
Yes, we have been married 35 years. We have 4 grandchildren, and I can't tell them. I just run the third question. And we've been in business 18
Whoops,
years.
you better come up with another
I
question.
have to come up with another question.
No. Okay, so I'm adding super tacky tape to the back of my project here, and I'm going to set that on the inside, and I'm just going to center it on there on my card. Oh, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to turn it. Put the sun on the other side. And that is my inside panel. And that just gives you that nice pop of sunshine. And then we are going to move to the inside and work on our inside panel. I'm going to take my paper and get a fresh piece of paper here. Okay. Now, I have...
Holy cow, she was tapping away Sharon guessed 3 times before she got it.
She's a serial guesser. Okay, so I previously stamped the hot air balloon stamp on here along with the sentiment. So I am using the hot air balloon stamp. There are 4 hot air balloons on here. These 3 are smaller and they're great for the A2 size card. The larger one is specifically designed, has been specifically designed for the front of the slimline card, and nice big image here. So what I want to show you is a little stenciling technique. So I'm going to put down some super tacky tape, and Diane Wilcox from New York sent me an image last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, of the balloons that she had done, and I thought that was a really cool little technique. And I just wanted to share it with you because you can do this with our stencils or you can use it with stencils that you already own. So I've stamped my images on here, and then I went back and literally got into the trash can and stamped several images on pieces of scrap paper. So stamp them on there, and then you can decide how you want to go back in and break that apart to color it, and mess around with the lines. But you'll see here This is the outside of the giant balloon, and this is the outside of the smaller balloon that I chose. Now, when I do this, when I put my stamps in that storage envelope, I keep the stamps in the storage envelope, I will put my patterns that I've already cut, I will put them in there. Excuse me. So these are just the little pieces that when I want to go back in and ink those, I can. This is the one that has the piece cut out from the large balloon. And I used an X-Acto knife to cut those out. And on this one, I used scissors. So it just depends like how creative you are. So what we want to do is mask off. We're going to use this as a mask, and we're going to mask off that large balloon. And then we're going to go back in with our stencil, and we're going to put a pattern all over the balloon. Wasn't that a creative idea? Love it. So I'm going to do orange hearts, and this is the the gradiated heart stencil, and they start out really small and then they get bigger, so it's perfect for this particular balloon. So we're going to take our J brush, and we want concentrated color. This is a small space and this is a small stencil. So I'm going to pull the brush up really tight like this. We're going to pick up ink and we're going to dab off just so we don't have a big blob, and then go direct. And we want to make that pattern rather dark. So go in, get your hearts all over, and cover that whole thing. And I want that pattern to be fairly dark. Okay. Now we just put hearts all over it. That's so sweet. Wipe our stencil. Okay. Now I want to go back in and just add a little bit of orange to the background, so it's basically not white anymore. I'm going to orange on it.
How did you die cut the banner on tacky tape? It took me this long to sign in and figure out how to comment.
Oh, well, and I'm glad you took the time to figure it out. So we are on the road and I don't have all my equipment with me, but we sell the super tacky tape in a 3-inch roll or a 6-inch roll. So you would need to unroll that and then put a piece of paper on it and then die cut it, which will turn that paper into a sticker.
Judy wants to see a close-up. I think she wants to see a close-up of the balloon. Is that what you want to see, Judy? A close-up of the balloon or the card? Which part, Judy? Yes, of the balloon. Just bring your card up to the camera.
I'm going to pull the camera down. We'll move it down. At least we'll try. Hang on, ladies. We're going down. Is that better? The tacky tape is double-sided. When you unroll it, you're going to put the paper side down in the tape, and then there's a liner on the back.
Tell Ann to go to our YouTube channel on Creek Bank Creations and type in
Yes.
Super Tacky Tape Trick.
Yes, and we have a video called Super Tacky Tape Trick. So what I did, so you can see it on the close-up version, was I taped my little mask on, and then I went over it with the stencil and did my stencil. Okay, and that is what I have. Isn't that a great little technique? Simple, easy to do. And then I cut a second one because I really wanted to go in and darken up that line. So I cut a second one.
What?
A second. Easy. It's easy for you to say, Tom. And so I'm going to go back in and darken up that line on the balloon. And when I'm doing this, because I have a small space, I'm pulling up the band on my brush and I'm leaving all the bristles together because I want concentrated, darker color. Just go in, do your band, and there you have it. Now, doesn't that look amazing?
That's incredible.
That's so much fun. And then we're going to do the bottom of the basket. And I did, so this is this piece here, and you can see, you can just line it back up.
Now, Diane Wilcox said she stenciled her balloon on her sheet of paper and then cut it out.
Oh, so it was actually die cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's another way to do it. I'm going to go in and do the base. Do some blue in there. And you can see how that just makes such a nice little project. Now, I want to do the actual basket back in orange. So you'll start playing around with this and you'll have all kinds of fun with it. Simple, simple. And you'll see using your different stencils gives you a different pattern. There's the basket. Now, this has super purple tape on the bottom of it because the paper was actually too short and I was getting brush marks all over the place. So I added a little stencil tape because I am a wild child. I have a little white showing there, so I'm just going to go back in, get rid of that white. Okay, so let's do the purple one, and we're going to use our star swish for that one. Now, I did make the bottom. I'm missing one of my templates. Mr. Creek, is there any way you can help me?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I'm missing. There it is. I found it. There we go. No, I did not. We might have to do without it. I'm missing one of my paper templates. Sorry, ladies. There we go. Here's my small one. There's my small one. I want to do the bottom of that basket in orange. Make sure I've got the right brush here. And since I've got orange already out, I'm just going to hit that. So we're going to do purple. And I used the Star Swish stencil for this. So we're going to line that back up over our stencil or over our stamped image, tape it down. And then we're going to take Star Swish. Star Swish is really designed for Christmas, but it works great for birthdays. We just want those little stars. So we're going to do the very end part of Star Swish.
Star swish, nothing but star swish, nothing but star swish on a balloon.
He's spent too much time in Orlando. Too much time in Orlando. More ink. Go in. So you could even do, die cut the banners and put the little stars. That'd be cool too. Whew, nice. Okay. Nice little pop of color. And then I want to go back in and just add purple to the background. So I'm not even going to re-ink. I'm going to pull the band back. I just want to add a little color to the background. And you could get into more detail, cutting the lines, all kinds of ways to add more detail. Just how much detail do you want to add would be the question. There is our balloon. Now, I have a little white space up here at the top. So I'm going to go back in, just move that little paper pattern over a little bit and go back in and just add a little color right on that. I can take my brush and get right into that space and get rid of that white. So if you're off by a little bit, just go in and adjust, and then you'll have a nice color there for that. Now, I did think it would be neat to get this little piece of the balloon colored in yellow. So I did cut this little template. So I want to show you, you can get as detailed as you want to get. And when you're using the small parts, just remember, you need to pull the brush up, keep the bristles all nice and tight together. It's like having two brushes in one. And hit that and fill in that color. And that just gives you that little pop of color right in there. So great little trick.
Can you use the same brush for more than one color, or will it mix?
So, I recommend that you have one brush per color family. And then if I'm switching out between two colors and I want to keep those colors true, then what I will often do is just pick up one color and wipe it off on my mat until I get rid of that color. And you can literally brush it off and see it coming off before I go pick up another color. Most of the time, I'm not that picky, and I kind of like to blend the colors together so it doesn't matter. But if I really want a true color and I don't want it blending, then you can take a wet wipe and wipe it off on a wet wipe, or you can take it to the sink and run cold water on it. Now, I will tell you that I do recommend that if you're running cold water on it, that you need to let it dry. The brush does not work well when it's wet. It wants to glob up the ink. So if you use a wet wipe, give it a minute or two to dry. And if you put it in the sink, you want to pull the bristles up, like run cold water over the brush until it's dry, and then pull the band up and let it dry overnight sitting up. And then when you start in the morning, you will have a clean brush. But honestly, I never clean my brushes.
And ask, why couldn't you use markers to color the small areas?
Oh, you could. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just a different way to do it. So what I'm going to do is go back in with my cloud stencil, and I'm just going to drop in a little bit of stencil clouds into my background. So I'm just going to go in really light and fill in around my balloons. You absolutely could color it. This is just another way. I'm really not very good at coloring. It is not one of my better skills. So if I can find other ways to color, I'm in favor of that. We're just going to drop in little bitty clouds around our balloon, work our way down. And you know what would be fun as well?
I gotta tell you, we've got an incredibly clear picture tonight.
Yeah, we ought to be at the hotel all the time, huh?
Well, I mean, we're using the same.
The same internet?
Yeah, we're using our traveling router.
Well, maybe it's the weather. We did have like overcast skies here, and I was afraid we were going to have problems with our transmission.
Ground control's Major Tom.
You're going to get us in trouble.
Only if I play it live.
Tom played that song and we got in trouble. YouTube said you can't do that. So I'm just going to go down the whole thing, just like we did before. Add those little clouds in there. Do you have a second question, Mr. Creek?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Bring it on. Now,
Okay.
I love to go back in and just drop in some little clouds here and there. Okay. Ask away. They can hear you from there.
Okay. Over the course of the past 18 years, we have had several family members help us on the road when we did shows. Okay. How many relatives have worked for us, and how many boys and how many girls? So the total.
Two-part question.
Two-part question. How many total, and how many boys and how many girls?
Relatives.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm guessing away. I'm going to pull this off the deck with my undo. It's going to suspend adhesion. And I don't even have to worry about it moving my ink. Throw my tape away.
Holy cow! I don't believe this.
Did she?
Sharon?
Sharon.
Sharon Milando, one again.
Sharon is on a roll tonight.
Sharon, you better go out and buy some lottery tickets or something, because you won again. Yes, it was my son and my nephew, 2 boys, and my 2 nieces, 2 girls, workforce, total of 4. So you're looking at me. Is there
2
one?
nieces.
Yes. Yes.
Who are your 2? Oh, Holly?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. Congratulations,
I'd
Sharon.
forgotten about Holly. So I'm going to add this to the inside panel of my card. Is our daughter-in-law considered a relative?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Technically not.
she wasn't married to him at the time.
That's true.
so, yeah.
She was not. Our daughter-in-law worked with us when she was dating our son. And Tom suggested that that was a good idea. I wasn't sure that it was a good idea because I didn't want her getting mad and breaking up with our son because of me. Oh. Okay, so on this side right here, we're going to add that beautiful hot air balloon panel. And we have just completed our trifold hot air balloon card and sent that nice encouraging message. Look up. You know, when you look up, it changes your perspective. We all need that. Okay, we got it. You want to pull?
Show them the bottom of the card, because yeah, you can see.
Okay, I'm going to pull the camera up a little bit. There we go. So we made the panel.
There you go.
Open that up. We've got our sunshine going. And then we've got our balloons on the inside.
Ooh, take it back down. Take it back down. Take it back down. Take it back
Down or
down.
down. I did.
So you can see the
I
whole
did.
card.
You're on
Okay.
delay.
I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay.
Now close it again. Close it again.
Oh my gosh, what would I do if I didn't have Tom
I
to
don't know.
tell me
Close
what
it
to
again.
do all the time?
Look at that. Ooh, now that looks good. Now push it up towards the top of the
Oh
screen.
my goodness.
Well, you can't see the whole card.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the camera up now. Do you want to talk about specials? I'm pulling the camera up. Hang on.
You were going to talk about specials.
You want me to
told
do it?
You were going to do
Okay.
talk about specials.
Okay, so we have two bundles. I'm coming up, ladies. Hang on. I don't know how the
I'm
lighting
going
is
to
going to
put the
be-
link on again.
because we are in a hotel room
There's the link.
somewhere in Florida.
It's the Creek Bank
And
Road
we had
Show.
the curtains open, but it's getting dark. So we did not want to miss a Tuesday night with you guys. We will be doing we'll try to be on every Tuesday night, and we are going to do more slim card stuff. I'm going to do more slim card stuff next week too, next Tuesday night. So what we have is we have two specials. Actually, if you go to the website and you look under bundle specials, you'll see
got the block spot
we
that I just put up.
currently have a lot of bundle specials, okay? But the two that we use tonight are the hot air balloon special, which is the hot air balloon stamp, the hot air balloon die, and the look up stamp. And it does have Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you hope and a future. Who doesn't need Jeremiah 29:11? Everybody needs that. Okay, so this is one of the bundles. You can buy them individually, but when you buy the bundle, you save 30%. If you spend over $50, we're going to ship it for free. So the other bundle, which is on, if you go to the blog post that
Is it
Tom
that-
is going to drop in the
I just
chat,
did again.
you'll see the direct links for shopping, including the bundles. So the hot air balloon bundle is one. The other is this slim card. And the slim card bundle that we're offering is the slim card front die, which is this little piece of magic. The slim stitched they're actually double stitched rectangles, and the slim card sentiment. So your regular price on those would be $49.97, and we're offering it for $35.99.
Holy cow! We don't make much money, but we make a lot of friends.
That's $13.98 savings. Now, I will tell you this. I looked at the website today. If you order the slim card bundle special at $35.99 and you add the oval stitched dies or the arched dies, if you add one other slim card die, you're over $50, $51.97 actually, and you get free freight. If you throw in any of the, just look at your shopping cart. If you're interested in any of the oversized stamps that we have several 4x8 slim card stamps.
That's a mailbox.
We have a mailbox.
We've got the.
We have a
the
lighthouse.
splotches. Ooh, the lighthouse.
We have splotches,
splotches.
which I might work with next week. and
balloons.
the hot air balloon. So if you tack, if you tack any of those on, you'll be at free freight. So we value you so much. We're so thankful
Yes.
for you. And thanks for hanging around
Yes,
tonight.
we do. May the Lord keep you and take care of you and bless you. And we appreciate
and give
y'all.
you beauty for ashes.
Ashes. The
We'll see you
oil of joy for mourning.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
See ya. Good night.